Morning. This is my Bible reading for in to see if this video camera works. Um, but this is outdoor nature adventure ministry that I've created, and this morning I'm going to read Matthew 10. And it's the meaning of discipleship. And a disciple is not above his teacher, nor a slave above his master. It is enough for this disciple that he may become like his teacher, a slave like his master. They have called the head of the house Beelzebul. How much more will they insult the members of this household? So they insulted people of Beelzebul is the devil. So they're going to insult the heck out of us, who are the children of Yeshua or Yahweh. So do not fear them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. So in other words, they can try all they want to hide whatever they're doing. But if you notice in this time, all that is being revealed. So what I tell you in the darkness, tell in the light, and what you hear whispered in your ear, proclaim on the housetops. And do not be afraid of those who kill the body but are unable to kill the soul. Rather, fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So in other words, if you hear, if you're out in a place like this, and and you get a dream or vision or something to share, then it is your job to share. Just like me, I was given a ministry idea, and it's my job now and for all of eternity to share what God gives me, and I decree and declare it. So, and this is also, disciples are not to fear us dying here. Is what he's trying to say. He wants us to fight. He wants us to go after him, and he doesn't want us to back out. And that's what the disciples, his 12 original disciples, well, he had to replace one of them. I can't remember who he replaced Judas with. But you have Barnabas and others that were that took the place of Judas. um, are two sparrows not sold for an Assyrian or a dollar, and yet not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father. But even the hairs of your head are still counted, so do not fear. You are more valuable than a great number of sparrows. Your life is way more important than anything created on this world. God has made us special and unique. We are not even remotely related. Well, I guess in a very remote sense, we're related to chimpanzees, but they originally took the DNA strands, and they only did the DNA test with ones that matched up with them. They left out all the other stuff. So yes, we're unique. We are very unique. We walk on two legs, and we are nothing like any of them. We did not evolve from them. We were made in the image of God by Adam and Eve. God made Adam from the dust of the ground, and he blew his breath inside of Adam. And we are connected through our souls to Yeshua, or God the Father, Yahweh. Um, Therefore, everyone who confesses me before people, I will also confess him before my Father, who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before people, I will also deny him before my Father, who is in heaven. This is kind of a verse that, if you've ever walked away from a challenge or walked away from someone that is trying to mock God, we need to stand up for what's right, even if we are persecuted. And if you deny God exists, it's like, oh, well, no, there's no God. And if you don't stand up for him, then he will deny you in heaven. He understands where you're at, and he knows when to challenge you and when not to. Um, but he wants us to stand up for him. So do not think that I came to bring peace on the earth, but I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I came to turn a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a person's enemies will be the members of their own household. This is so true in my own life. I've had to stand up for the truth. Most of my relatives practice pagan festivities and go to games and think nothing of getting involved in this world and in this fleshly world. And I have nicely said that this is wrong, and I've been ridiculed and mocked, and I also stood up for the insert that goes inside of your body. Um, and I've been told I'm nuts and crazy and blah blah blah. But so yes, the enemies, and also, I mean, even if your relatives are in somewhat line with you, the devil can use your relatives to distract you and to get you off course. Uh, like a certain someone who, I don't know, but I mean, if there are stuff that come up and you know that you're supposed to do something else and something else comes up, the devil will use everything he can to get you off of the course that you're on. So yeah, so just be aware. And the one who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and the one who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. The one who does not take his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. The one who has found his life will lose it, and the one who has lost his life on my account will find it. So we were made for a purpose, and he wants us to live, I guess you could call it almost a radical life where we stand up for the truth, and he wants us to do what his work is, and his work is using our talents and abilities to help those in need, lending money to those that need it, lending tools or resources to someone that it's like, hey, I'm on the street now and can't afford this, and I have a son and daughter in the car, and we're supposed to help those type of people. We're supposed, and it specifically calls out the widow and the orphan. But God wants us to help all. He wants us to go in prisons. He wants us to go in hospitals. He wants us to be by people's side and pray for them, and see and get them to confess the name of Yeshua and to turn to Him before it's too late. Um, so, but you have talents and abilities, and the Bible specifically talks about how we are all members of one body. And that one body is connected to Yahweh, and it's not a building. The church is, I mean, it calls it a church, but it's just a group of people meeting together. You don't have to put it in a building. And actually, the building is us. I mean, it specifically says after the final temple fell, I mean, it says the temple is the body of God. It says, which we who have chosen God and turned from all of our sinful ways are the body of God. So that noise is, I don't know if you heard it, but that was a sandhill crane. And I hear them. I've heard them for the last 2 or 3 weeks up here. Not really seen them, but I know that they're there because of that call. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Hopefully this will all come out and working well. But it also says that foxes, I can't remember the exact wording, but it basically says that we don't have a home, that we will have to go from place to place to place, and we won't really have a home or a place to stay. We'll have to keep moving. And it also goes on to say about how if we preach somewhere and the people just kind of mock us and whatever, then we're supposed to shake off our sandals, and it will be, and that'll be judgment against them because they didn't listen. Like, I've been in many different situations in many different places, and so I've had to speak up and say different things, but hadn't always gotten well received, especially by relatives in the Florida people that I used to live around. They lived a very different life than what God was calling me to. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully, I'll get this video out there sooner rather than later, and it'll all come out. So, God bless you all.